shows. Every scene's a high and low. You'll unwind.
This is JordangeVision. Pull up a seat and kick up your feet. Welcome, guys. How are we doing? Time for another Beyond Belief Factor Fiction reaction. We are on Season 4, Episode 2 now. We got Season 4 off to a pretty good start in the last one. A 4 out of 5 to get things started. Nothing to sneeze at all. I love getting my 4s. I love getting my 5s too, but, you know, let's see if we can do the same or maybe even do even better in Episode 2. So, yeah, again, we get 5 stories. Some true, some not true. We have to guess which are which. And score the best we can. Let's get it started. Beyond Belief Factor Fiction, Season 4, Episode 2. Here we go. Before I get started, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and don't forget, reacting to art is sharing art. Channels like these benefit everyone from the viewers all the way up to the original creators themselves. Also, a reminder, spoilers are likely, so if you haven't seen this episode yet and would like to, please feel free to click off and take care of that first. I'll be here when you get back, but for those of you who are sticking with me, pull up a seat, kick up your feet. This is Beyond Belief Factor Fiction, Season 4, Episode 2. Here we go.
Beyond belief. Fact or fiction?
I don't know if I dig the new announcer. I miss me some Don LaFontaine. May he rest in peace.
Look at the checkerboard design.
Okay.
Your eyes will tell you that this square is darker than this one. Now,
Is it?
both squares are exactly the same shade.
Interesting.
But be very careful about trusting us too much, after all.
I've given up on trusting you guys a long time ago.
Book signings are pleasant rituals for both authors and fans.
It's win-win.
The clients of Agent Stan Trask never do.
Yeah.
The next situation that Stan will face is so monumental, he can't possibly write it off.
Nice cactus.
I told you, I love it. I think this is the best thing you've ever written. Yeah.
Everything is the best thing you've ever written.
Yeah, I'm talking hardcover. I'm talking paperback, a movie deal, 7 figures, no less.
I can't wait to react to that movie.
But Stan's done very well for himself, mainly by ripping off his clients.
Right.
Yeah, I bet.
All I need from you is another 5,000.
Sounds legit to me.
I can't keep going into my own pocket on this, dear. Right, we are so close.
So close to making him rich.
I gotta go, okay? All right, let's have dinner soon. Right, bye-bye.
Right in front of his wife.
Hey, what are you doing here? We didn't have a meeting set, did we?
No, Stan, we didn't have a meeting set.
You sound a little...
Oh, maybe it's not his wife.
I love it. I told you. I think this is the best romance novel I've ever read.
Just like the last one.
All I need from you is another 2,500.
See? Giving her a discount.
Do you know how much money I've given you since you became my agent?
Oh, now look, Mary Jane.
Almost $12,000.
Who could afford that? Why are you still giving him money?
You're a thief and you stole from me. Now get
I'm
out.
not. Now look, calm down.
Oh,
Stop telling me.
this is getting physical.
Stop it.
Stop.
Okay, it's over.
Stop
That's
it.
it.
Just shut up.
Oh!
Mary Jane.
I didn't see her hit her head in anything. It's a weird place for the wound to be,
But
but
she made me too.
yeah, she made you do that, loser. Hiding the body?
But he took to it like a natural. He buried the body in a raised planter box inside the building's atrium.
Lucky for him, he just got finished watching Dahmer.
No one knew she was at his office that night. And Stan felt he had gotten away with murder.
Careful what you wish for, Stan.
Mary Jane's manuscript was good, and he was sure he could get it published. And with Mary Jane out of the way, Stan could keep all the money.
Is he gonna say he wrote it?
Created a fictitious author by the name of Lucille Carn.
Okay, a pen name.
Sent Love Tides to a publisher who bought it immediately.
Why doesn't he just do that with everything?
No. I told you. She doesn't do any book signings or personal appearances.
She's the female Salinger.
Look, what can I tell you? She won't do it.
Oh. How's he gonna get out of this?
An anonymous caller informed
What?
Stan of the impossible, that Lucille Carnes was at Robin's
What?
bookstore signing copies of Love Tides.
Okay, this is getting weird.
Stan had to see who the imposter claiming to be Lucille Carnes was.
Don't tell me it's the girl that he killed.
May I look at your book?
Okay.
Okay. There an autograph in there? A what?
Strange, isn't it? Changing the name on the cover to Mary Jane Layton.
No way.
Look, she even signed it on the inside. Mary Jane Layton.
Better get in line and talk to her, bub. And now she's not there.
She's gotta be. She's gotta be.
Checking her grave. Well, she is.
The Homicide Division had received an anonymous tip to follow Stan Trask that day. Ex-agent Stan Trask stepped off a pile of books from the prison library and hanged himself.
Poetic that it was books, but
Was it the ghost of Mary Jane Layton? Or was it just a look-alike? If so, where did she come from? Did Mary Jane have a twin sister bent upon getting revenge against Stan?
yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. It's a very strange story. There are parts of it that I think could be true, but others are just so wild. Like, okay, let me process what I'm thinking here. It's one thing, like, if he goes into that bookstore and sees her, because that's in his own mind. But how did that lady's book get signed? Like, and signed with the right name, too. Those books are getting signed somehow, and that's just a little too strange, I think. Like, I could see a sleazy book agent being like that and grifting his clients and all that, and I could even maybe see, you know, they get into a fight and one of his clients ends up dying. The way the book signing kind of unfolded, it was just a little too much for me, and I think that kind of put it over the edge of what I can believe. So I'm going to mark the story number 1 here as fiction. And I mean, if it is fiction, you know, just the kind of thing a sleazy book agent might publish, you know? All right. Story number 2.
Making movies is easier than it's ever been. Spielberg.
Even easier now.
Zach Rothbard is a bold young filmmaker with the energy and courage of youth. But for his latest film project, he's going to need all the courage at his command.
You making a horror movie? Oh. Yep. Filming in a graveyard.
Zach, Maddie, and I went to the local cemetery to do a student film about Confederate General Wesley Vanderborn.
There's a reason cemeteries are closed at night.
And carved the letter V for Vanderborn on the bodies of his local victims using his famous sword.
He's like a Zorro.
And you guys agreed to do this. You can't back out now. Stop complaining and act scared. Yeah.
They're not acting.
Or maybe it's General Wesley Vanderborn, ready to lop off a few Yankee heads with his sword.
Sounds about right.
Actually knew somebody that got murdered with a Confederate sword right here in the cemetery.
You'd think that would make national news, right?
How do you know it's not true? It's not true because there's no such thing as ghosts.
Exactly what this show tries to tell you, right?
Zach was a creative genius with lots of great ideas. But I was beginning to think this wasn't one of them.
Go on, go check the door.
Can you actually get into that?
That's weird. Why wasn't it locked?
Good question.
Maybe so the general can get out and mutilate somebody with his sword.
Stop it, Zach.
I mean, what else is he gonna do? Don't tell me you can open that.
All right, man. You got your shot. Now let's just leave. No, wait. Hold on. What?
Ooh.
Open up the coffin. I need to get a good shot of the general. Okay,
Just a bunch of stinky bones. At least I hope it's just a bunch of stinky bones. You'd think they'd guard these things a little better.
Can somebody please tell me how those moths got into an airtight coffin?
Maybe there's a crack somewhere.
They've been chilling in there for a couple hundred years.
We're here. I mean, shouldn't we just see what the guy looks like?
I'm gonna guess he looks like Jack Skellington. This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
Oh, man, you got your shot. Now let's leave.
That's gonna be the only line in the whole movie. You got your shot. Let's leave.
I'm taking the sword. You can't do that, man.
You take the sword, he can't kill you with it.
You're desecrating the body, Zach!
Okay. You'll put the hand back, but I am taking this sword.
Took the hand with him.
Wait, where are you going? Hey!
Oh, he's trapped. You take my hand, I take your hand.
Door's locked!
Oh, crap.
You kids shouldn't be treating the cemetery like a playground.
I was wondering where the swing set was.
It is a sacred place. You should leave the dead be.
Something tells me there might be 2 dead in there now. Oh, not yet.
Give me a hand.
He might need a hand.
Oh, man, your hand's bleeding.
Oh.
That's General's mark.
Oh, that's a V.
Look, the sword. How did the sword get back into his hand?
Freaky, man.
Did the spirit of the general actually come to life to protect his crypt? Or did Zach simply panic and cause his own terrifying problems? But then, explain the V cut into his hand.
I guess it is possible. You know, a guy we know wants to make a horror movie. He hears this urban legend around town about this Confederate general, goes into his tomb, and maybe it is possible that the tomb was unlocked, and maybe even that the actual coffin was easily openable or whatever. He got trapped in there, trying to take the sword, and somehow when he was rescued, there was some kind of mark on his hand. I don't know if I would believe that the general actually drew a V on his hand, like meh 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 meh. Other than that, though, there's really nothing in this story that isn't believable. Like, a mark on his hand, like, it could have come from anywhere, really. Like, you know, maybe the cut was in some kind of a shape. Like, maybe in real life the general's name started with I or something, and it was just a straight line. So, there's nothing really unbelievable, I think, so I'm going to mark this story as true. And if it is true, I'm kind of interested to know who this person might have actually been in real life. But yeah, story number 3.
Dolls seem to have their own personalities, their own needs. Some would say their own soul.
Have you seen the Barbie movie? I can see that.
It's been a while since Susan Franklin was a little girl, but a special doll is about to enter her life. And the result is anything but uncomplicated.
It was the end of my first day as a teacher, and I felt it went very well.
Oh, first day, eh?
All I ever wanted was to be an elementary school teacher.
It's great when you achieve your dream, right? Oh, got one left.
You know, class is dismissed, sweetheart. You can go now.
Aw, I want to hang out with the teacher.
Can you please give me my doll back?
Your doll? What doll's that, Ashley?
She doesn't know anything about a doll.
I'm sorry, honey, but I don't have your doll.
Yes, you do, and I want you to bring her back tomorrow.
How did the teacher get your doll?
Why are you saying you don't?
Weird little girl.
School must be out. How was your first day, honey?
That was fine.
I met a weird little girl.
There was one little girl.
What about her?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
I mean, what doll?
Is my doll collection still in the garage?
Oh, she has a doll collection.
What are you looking for, Susan?
A doll? Oh, is that it? Oh, wait. Hey.
Is this my doll?
That doll opened her eyes by herself.
It belonged to a friend of yours.
Which friend?
Her name was Ashley.
What?
I had a friend named Ashley.
You don't remember your friends?
When you were 8 years old, Ashley was your best friend. You did everything together.
I think if this happened when she was 8, she'd remember it.
One day, it was getting late, and Ashley's mother came to take her home. Ashley wanted to leave her favorite doll with you because, well, she was going to be over the very next day. Ashley and her mother, Lucille, were killed by a drug.
Oh, no.
You refused to accept it. The doctor said you blocked the whole thing out.
Guess that's possible?
Now I remember.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's okay.
And then Ashley just shows up in her class.
Thanks for coming in, Ashley. Is this the doll that you were talking about?
Oh. Yep.
Are you absolutely sure that that's your doll?
Oh, yes. I know Rebecca, and she knows me. Right, Rebecca?
I mean, she's so happy, but teacher's so freaked out.
But they don't have a big red heart like Rebecca.
A big red heart?
Don't you remember?
Yeah, I guess we didn't see that before, but... yeah, I guess she drew that on.
Bye-bye, Susan. Thank you for taking care of Rebecca.
Was Ashley really the reincarnation of Susan's friend? Maybe not. After all, there are lots of little girls named Ashley around.
Not wrong. This one's kind of messing with my mind a little bit. Obviously, she lost a friend when she was young. Maybe at the age of 8, she didn't really understand what death was. And I know that I did when I was 8, but, you know, everyone's different. And yeah, maybe as an 8-year-old, you don't really have a lot of strong emotional connections yet, so maybe if you just never see your friend again, it's just whatever. But yeah, do I believe this? It's a lot of detail. I can see that, you know, maybe she had that connection with Ashley when she was younger, and then maybe she has a similar Ashley in her class when she becomes a teacher. But to be asked about a doll by this Ashley, like, years later, and then she recognizes it when you bring this old doll in, this is one I'm going back and forth on, like, a lot. I really don't know what I'm going to write down right now. Ashley could be, you know, someone that she just sees herself. Maybe she's not a real student in the class. I was about to say I was going to say fiction, and then I just got swayed in my own mind. I'm thinking fiction, but something's stopping me from writing it down. You know what? I'm going to say she did imagine all that. As wild as the story is, I think it's something that could have happened, even if it just happened in her own mind. This is one I'll take a chance on and I'll mark as true. And I was like 80% fiction like 2 minutes ago. So, but yeah, story number 4.
It's a wise craftsman who knows his own tools. But if you're the handyman around your house, you're probably used to having your tools disappear.
Yeah, it happens.
Woodcock uses his tools for a living, so he doesn't like them to disappear. In fact, if you borrow one, you may be doing so at some risk to your own life.
Let's not borrow this guy's tools then.
They were known around the world for their expert craftsmanship, and I felt I had finally found a company that would appreciate my skills.
Well, let's hope you're good at it.
The crew seemed like a great bunch of guys. There was only one who was a little odd.
Oh, isn't there always?
I'm Hubert Woodcock.
Yeah.
Hi.
Mm.
Well, don't let me interrupt.
Yeah, he's not letting you interrupt, all right.
The place you work has its own unwritten rules. You sort of learn them as you go along.
Don't talk to Hubert.
You have got some great tools here, Hubert.
Yeah, he doesn't want you touching him. Whoa, what the?
I'm so very sorry.
Ouch.
Why are you apologizing? He did it to himself.
Hubert's curse.
Oh, what the heck is Hubert's curse?
Read the plaque.
Oh, what's the plaque say?
If this tool art borrowed by a friend, good fortune follows thou. But if taken without permission or pilfered from me, woe unto thee, because Hubert's curse shall be upon thine head.
Shakespearean.
You were just an unfortunate victim.
Touched it for 5 seconds.
So his tools are cursed. Yeah, they are.
And everyone believes it.
One of my ancestors, also named Hubert, actually helped construct King Arthur's Round Table.
I don't even think that's a true story, so...
To protect my ancestors' tools, Merlin put a curse on anyone who took them without permission.
Okay, this is getting strange.
Simply ask me first, and then nothing bad will happen to you.
Lesson learned, I hope.
Guys, the head was loose on the hammer. There's no such thing as curses.
Sounds like a Beyond Belief viewer.
I couldn't help thinking about what happened that first day in Hubert's so-called curse. I just didn't buy into that whole Merlin the Magician story.
Oh, he's gonna try and prove it wrong, isn't he?
I couldn't help it. I just had to test that curse. I needed an electric screwdriver, and Hubert's was right there, begging to be borrowed.
Oh, please borrow me. Ow! Oh, that's a nasty cut. Is the lesson learned now? Oh, he's just walking around without his thumb now.
What happened to your hand? Oh, nothing. I just cut myself.
Yeah, I just cut myself.
It was not your curse, Hubert. It was a freak accident, okay? Be careful, George.
Everyone believes it. It's like crazy.
Oh, great. Not now.
I was on a deadline, and I really needed to finish the table I was working on. That's when I noticed Hubert's ladder leaning against his workbench.
Oh, this isn't gonna be good.
Could I please borrow your ladder? Of course, George.
Okay, he asked for it, so ladder will be okay.
Thank you.
Why is he smiling, though? Looks like he's about to do something. It's like he's sitting back and enjoying the show. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hey, he asked! Do you get demerit points for not asking? Like, what's the deal?
What happened? I asked your permission, I did what your plaque said, so why'd I fall?
Maybe you're just clumsy. Whoa, hello.
Oh, look at that. Now, see, if you'd have touched that, you'd been electrocuted.
The curse saved your life.
Wow.
Do you believe in Hubert's curse? Did it really cause George Remsen's injuries and then protect him at the end? Is the curse just a mind game set up by Hubert, or has it actually existed for thousands of years?
Alright, well, let's get this out of the way. I don't think King Arthur was a real person, and I definitely don't think Merlin the Magician was a real person. Like, maybe someone else started the curse, I don't know, but it wasn't them. But is the rest of the story believable? There's a lot of superstitions in the world. Like, you hear a lot of them in theater, too. Like instead of good luck, you're supposed to say break a leg. If you're doing Macbeth in a theater, you're not supposed to, like, mention the name of the play. You're supposed to call it the Scottish play. Which is kind of weird, because the name Macbeth, like, appears, like, 100 times in the dialogue. But back to, like, tool curses, I guess, which this is the only one I've ever heard of. I mean, if you want me to believe that this is an actual thing, like, maybe don't say it was from King Arthur. Maybe at least name a real person. If they hadn't named, like, King Arthur and Merlin, like, I could possibly believe something like this might have actually happened, but, like, the rest of the story, like, I have no issues with at all. Like, maybe in the real story, like, it wasn't King Arthur, it was actually, like, King George or, like, an actual king. Again, this is another one where I'm kind of thinking fiction, but I'm still kind of stalling on actually writing it down. You know what I think, though? When people get things like curses in their mind, like, subconsciously things can happen to them. You know what? This is one I'm going to take a chance on, too. I'm going to mark it as true. And this is another one that I was on the other side of. Like, maybe I'm learning my lesson and not trusting my first instinct all the time. So, all right, we got one more story. Let's get it.
Have you had your hearing tested lately?
I actually haven't. I think I hear pretty well, though.
Still, 10-year-old Katie Conway has been refusing to wear her hearing aid lately. And the reason may not lie inside her ear.
The long, hectic days in the office often run together.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Katie Conway. She's ready for you in room 5.
That's odd. Katie was just in.
Maybe she was a little late on that one. Huh? Well, she's in here.
Question is, how is your princess today?
This is about Katie's hearing aid.
Yes, I noticed she's not wearing it.
Something wrong with it? I mean, maybe we'll stay in?
Bring the unit with you.
Yeah.
May I see it?
Of course.
Is it picking up alien frequencies or something?
Katie, can you tell me why you don't want to wear your hearing aid?
Because I don't like it.
That's why I didn't want to wear my glasses as a kid.
Mrs. Conway, why don't we step out for a moment? Give us a chance to talk.
I mean, if she takes it out, she can't eavesdrop. So let's see.
Sarah, would you stay with Katie, please, and keep her busy? Maybe she'd like to color.
Oh, I'd be happy to, Doctor.
Oh, she's hiding.
Maybe a little bit more comfortable to hide up on the examination table.
But then she's right out in the open. Kind of defeats the purpose of hiding. Fine, I'll hide with you.
How about a guessing game? You think of a number between 1 and 100.
69. What's going on now? 22.
22.
Was that right?
That's it. How did you guess?
She's psychic.
Let's play again.
Yeah, do it again. Oh, a name? Is the hearing aid doing this? Like, is that what they're getting at?
Were you thinking of Stephanie? Yes. Stephanie's my best friend at school.
Like, maybe this is why she doesn't want to wear it. It's like, it's making her hear all this shit.
Sometimes. A lot of the time. I'm scared of what I hear.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it's picking some stuff up.
Didn't you tell your mother? I did it first.
If I was hearing sounds like that, I wouldn't want to wear it either.
You heard them too, didn't you?
Yeah, she kind of did.
Can you make the sounds go away? Please.
Only way I could do that is smash the hearing aid.
I certainly don't have your training and experience, but I highly suggest that you order a CAT scan on Katie.
Oh, a CAT scan.
I believe that she has the beginning signs of a tumor.
Oh, really?
Let's just say Katie and I had a very interesting visit.
She got that from hearing aid sounds?
It picked up a tumor, putting pressure on her auditory nerve.
So it did.
The next time there's an opening on the nursing staff, you should try to bring in the temp who was working yesterday.
No one was out yesterday. We didn't bring a temp into the office.
So Sarah wasn't real?
The next time I saw Katie, she told me everything that happened between her and Sarah. A nurse we could never find and never would hear from again.
Crazy.
Who was Nurse Sarah? Why was she there that day? How was she able to make the psychic connection with little Katie?
Have you seen this show? There's probably a way. Talk about that last one, and that's another one that, you know, with most of the details I could possibly see being true. Like, maybe if there's an actual nurse there, she's notices something in the visit that maybe gives her the idea that maybe the child has a tumor. But of course, the weird part of the story is Sarah not being real. Like, the doctor sees her, the mom sees her, Katie sees her, but somehow there was no Sarah there. There were a lot of stories here that I thought parts of them were weird, but I eventually marked them as true. 3 people seeing the same ghost is kind of where I draw the line. Again, there are parts of the story that I can believe, but that's a little too much, and I'm going to mark the last story as fiction. Yeah, and I know I got people in my comments telling me, hey, ghosts are real, but I just can't see that. So I marked stories 2, 3, and 4 as truth, and I marked stories 1 and 5 as fiction. Got a 4 out of 5 last time. Let's see what I do this time.
Now let's look back at tonight's stories and find out which ones are inspired by actual events and which ones are totally false. Let's have one more look at the agent who tried to bury his client.
I said fiction here.
Okay, so I'd like my money back, please. All of it, or else I'm going to the authorities.
Okay, look, you can't do
So what happens when you hire a car salesman as your agent? Yeah.
Mary Jane.
Did a similar story to this one take place? Could be.
Could be?
This one up.
You made this one up, okay. So I got that one right.
And now let's have one more look at the students who disturbed a spirit's final resting place.
Okay, so I said true in this one.
Put the hand back, but I am taking this sword, man.
General's head just moved.
Did a similar
Oh,
story
jeez.
take place? Not this time.
That's a no? Okay. 1 for 2.
How about the teacher who seemed to encounter the reincarnation of a childhood friend?
And I said true on this one after a lot of trepidation.
If you thought this story was based on a real-life occurrence, you're right.
Right?
A similar story happened to a teacher in the Florida area decades ago.
Good thing I swayed. All right, 2 for 3.
And what was your opinion of the toolbox that came with its own curse?
All right, I said true on this one too. Another wild one that I took a chance on.
Woe unto thee, because Hubert's curse shall be upon thine head.
This strange tale of the tools has to be fake, right? Wrong. True.
I thought that at first too, but I swayed, and I got 3.
How about the story of the mysterious nurse who was able to connect psychically with the little girl?
I said fiction. Another chance for 4 here. This story is kind of hurting my ears. Headphone warning.
A real happening? Not this time.
No. So that's back-to-back 4 out of 5s, guys.
So do you still think that fact and fiction are polar opposites? Or do they occupy the exact same space? And trying to find one without encountering the other is a challenge that is truly beyond belief.
I'm getting better at this show, man. Okay, guys, thank you for tuning in to another Beyond Belief Fact or Fiction reaction. 2 episodes in Season 4 and 2 4 out of 5s. Happy with those odds so far. I don't know how sustainable that is, but first 2, I'm very, very happy with. And I had to sway myself in a couple of these to actually get that 4 out of 5, so proud of myself. I guess I'm actually kind of learning what the show is all about and kind of learning what the true stories are, what the fictional stories are, and, you know, I've still missed one each episode, but, you know, it's hard to get a 5. It really is. So I've only gotten a couple of those. Maybe one more 5 will come before we're done this show, but yeah, happy with a couple of 4s to start Season 4. Maybe we'll try to duplicate that again next time, but that will have to wait until the next video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Check out my sports vlogging channel, JordangeVlogs. And until next time, this is Jordan saying you can't be productive sitting at home on your couch. All you need is a TV, a great catalog, and a vision. This has been JordangeVision. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.